What is going on, guys and girls? So last week we ran an eBay experiment that turned out to be a bit of an epic fail. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, instead of complaining about it and finding somebody else to blame like eBay or PayPal or the weather, in these type of situations, we like to just take a step back and look at things from an outside point of view and see what did we do wrong? What mistakes did we make and what could we do in the future to change the outcome of the situation? So first of all, what experiment did we run? Well, in a previous video, you guys may have seen we bought 8 Donald Trump signature collection like French cuff dress shirts. And the experiment that we wanted to run was auction all 8 of them together as an auction, starting at a starting price of pretty much what we paid for them, which was we paid $40 for them, but we started the auction at $49.97. And we wanted to run a 7-day auction just to kind of see what the outcome would be. Would we get bids? Would it sell for a lot of money? Would it not sell at all? What would happen? So that was the experiment. We bought these 8 Donald Trump shirts from Goodwill, and we took pictures of them and we listed them on eBay as a 7-day auction. So like I already told you, it was kind of an epic fail, and I wanted to talk about like what went wrong. We really want to show, like on YouTube, we want to show our wins and our losses, not just our wins. There's a lot of channels out there that only show like the positive and the good side of reselling, but you know, we think that you can learn the most sometimes from your failures, and this was a bit of a failure. So instead of just like, you know, taking the L and not talking about it, that's why I'm making this video, to kind of walk through what changes could we have made, and maybe it'll be able to help some of you guys out as well. So what went wrong? Well, there's many things that can be factored into why this experiment went wrong, but let's go through them one at a time, one by one. First of all, did we pay too much money? So we got them from Goodwill. We spent $5 on each shirt. After taxes, it comes out to $42.80 is what we spent on them. So we bought 8 shirts for $42.80. Did we spend too much? I don't know. I don't think that was a huge factor in what went wrong, but that's what we spent on them. So the first real reason I think of why the experiment failed is because I did not check through the sizes at the thrift store. I assumed all of them were the same size. I briefly looked through them and they looked like they all were the same size, but when I went to take the actual pictures of the shirts, I found that 5 of them were the same size and 3 of them were slightly different sizes. But at that point, I had already said in a previous YouTube video that I would list all 8 together as the experiment, so that's what I decided to do. I didn't want to break them up, so I just listed them all together on eBay. So the sizes were slightly different, and that could have been one of the factors why the experiment went bad. Reason number 3 why this experiment was a failure, in my opinion, is because we listed the auction on the wrong day. So initially I said that we would be listing the auction as a 7-day auction starting on a Sunday night, listed around 9 p.m. Eastern. That is when we find is the best time to list 7-day auctions. Now what happened was I had a birthday party that I was going to that Sunday night, so I did not take the pictures in time, and I ended up listing the auction on a Monday night. Not as good as the Sunday night, I think, because people on the weekends, like right before the work week starts, that's when they're kind of shopping at night. Mondays aren't as good, in my opinion, as Sundays to end an auction, and that is a reason why it factored into this being a failed auction experiment. So that can be a pretty good tip for you guys. If you're going to be listing a 7-day auction on eBay, we suggest you list that auction on a Sunday night around 9 p.m. Eastern. Factor number 4, why this was a failure, I think, is we may have listed the starting price of the auction a bit too high. So we listed our starting price at $49.97. I think if we had started the auction around maybe $9.97 or $9.99, we would have attracted more real buyers. We would have attracted more people that are looking for auctions starting at a lower price point, and that may have started a bit more of a bidding war, and it would have driven the price up higher than what it actually sold for. So I think we listed it too high. I think we should have started it a bit lower. We also could have listed them individually as fixed price listings instead of listing them all together in one lot, and that probably would have worked. For example, on December 8th, we sold this Donald Trump shirt, which is the exact same style shirt, French cuff, Donald Trump signature collection dress shirts, and that one sold for us for $25 for one shirt. So we could have listed them individually and got around $25 for each individual shirt instead of lotting all 8 together and trying to sell them that way. Or we could have lotted the 5 of the same size shirts together and then sold the other 3 that were slightly different sizes as their own individual listings. And then lastly, we could have run the experiment first before putting it on YouTube. I don't know how like big of a factor this played into it, but the auction, when it ended, it had over 100 people watching it. And it had over like 1,100 views on the actual auction itself with no real like bidding or activity. I don't know for sure if that causes the ranking of the listing to maybe drop in eBay search, but it may have also played a factor. We probably should have run the experiment first and then told you guys if it was a success or not. So all in all, the auction ended with a selling price of $49.97. We got 1 bid on the auction. It was probably another reseller to buy 8 shirts for 50 bucks and then to sell them, like I said, for 25 bucks a pop. It's pretty decent profit in that. So after fees, our gross amount is $43.47. And then after shipping, we had to ship them in a regional A box, which cost us $8.15, which leaves $35.32 left over. And then, like I said, our cost of goods earlier, after our cost of goods that we paid for the shirts, we're left with a negative profit of $7.48. So all said and done, we ended up losing $7.48 of money, right? But then we also lost time. So we lost the time of going out and finding the shirts. We lost the time of taking pictures of the shirts, lost the time of listing the shirts, and then lost the time of shipping the shirt. So we didn't just lose $7, we also lost our time and effort that was put into listing the items on eBay. So it was a loss, not a massive loss, and it was a great learning experience for us, and hopefully a good learning experience for you guys through us as well. You don't have to go and do the experiment now. You know that it didn't work and it was on a good eBay seller account. So hopefully you're also able to kind of learn from our mistakes as well. Again, one of the main reasons we started this YouTube channel was not only to show you guys like what works well, but also show you guys the mistakes that we've made now and in the past so that you can learn from our mistakes and not make the same ones on your own account. So hopefully this video has helped a lot of you guys out. If it has, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if this is the first video that you're watching of ours, subscribe to our channel. We put out lots of videos around reselling and what to do and what not to do. So again, hopefully this video has helped you. If you have anything to add as well, guys, if you have any like criticisms or comments or really anything that you would like to add, please leave a comment on this video. Let us know. Maybe we can start a discussion and go from there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm Ryan Roots, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys. Bye.